Welcome all my Eclipsean wolves back to After Hours. The patch had been set out, the game has been debugged. Hopefully we will not run into any more bugs. The issue that we had at the end of last video has now been fixed, and now I'm going to catch us back up to where we basically left off, so I'll be back. Okay, so we are back to what I believe should be a good place to start off at. Obviously, I've stuck to the exact route that I've taken so far because I've done it so many times it is implanted in my brain. Obviously, we gotta continue on the route we were going with. Moon crossed his arms, looking down at me while he waits for my response. Eclipse. Oh no. Jesus Christ, why is he looking at me like that? This is very awkward for me. It's also very awkward for me, like IRL. Yeah. I give him an awkward thumbs up as if I didn't just forget how the English? I can speak. I know I can speak. I know I can read, but my brain just malfunctions trying. As if I didn't just forget how the English language. I give up. Moon shakes his head as he starts walking back to the desk. Cute. Jesus Christ. Am I really flirting with a robot right now? Maybe it's about time I get some serious introspection. Or I pretend it's entirely normal in hopes that it will happen again. My God, Eclipse. No, focus! I quickly snap myself out of whatever I was just experiencing. Of course, I follow him back, stopping at the computer. Last one, Eclipse. I know. Last one. It feels kind of weird knowing it's over. Earlier, I felt like I was making no progress, and now I'm about ready to leave for the night. Glancing at the clock, it reads 6 a.m. I thought it was 5 a.m. Did they? Oh well. With my hand on the mouse, I stare at the screen with the option to turn the lights back on. Maybe it's just paranoia over something bad happening when I step out the door, but part of me doesn't want to leave yet. Even though I already know I can't stay forever. I guess Moon caught me staring into space though as he waves a hand in front of my face. Eclipse. I blink, snapping back to reality. Huh? It looked like you were spacing out. Oh, well, you'll be right about that. We stand in silence for a minute before Moon speaks again. Eclipse. Yeah? Do you think we'll see each other again after this? I don't know what I can say to that. I don't make those decisions, but considering how kind Sun and Moon have been to me, it would be nice to see them more often. Actually, thinking about it makes me remember something. Well, I don't make those choices here, but I know that the Glamrocks all have their designated mechanics. I just barely noticed Moon's expression brighten ever so slightly. Maybe if I can get some more time here, I can ask about that. If it helps, Sunny and I could put in a good word for you. That would definitely help, thanks. I look back at the screen, feeling a bit more motivated. A bit of new motivation. Ready? Moon nods and I turn the lights back on, wasting no time going to the last few cables that need sorting. Time to do this. Boop. 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 And yes, I'm doing this out of pure boredom of boop. 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 And boop. Before I can even move, Sun picks me up and places me on my 2 feet himself. Looking up, I can see him smiling down at me, his hands on my shoulders. Hey, Sun. Hello. So, what do you think about my little designated mechanic idea? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I feel like there's dialogue skipped in that moment because it's nothing said. It's a great idea, but until then, please stop by whenever you can, okay? Sun's expression brightens as his rays retract and extend in what I think is safe to describe as joy. We both stand in silence for a moment, and I glance back at the computer. All I have left to do is turn the lights off, test the last generator, and then I'm home free. I think Sun notices my gaze as he lets go of my shoulders and lightly nudges me to the computer. Go on, Eclipse! I'm sure you want to go home, right? I shrug. Would be nice to go and pass out for a few hours. What about you, though? Well, I won't be leaving anytime soon. I still have plenty to do to prepare for tomorrow when we reopen. That makes sense. I decide to quit stalling and turn off the lights for the last time, Sun standing behind me as I do so. As usual, the daycare is cloaked in a droning ambience, and I can clearly hear the attendant's mechanisms behind me as Sun transforms into Moon again. You ready? Moon nods, already walking ahead. Small question. Would you mind if we walked you out of here? Just in case that person is still around here, somewhere. As I follow him, I get flashbacks to just a few hours ago. Yeah, I'll appreciate that, thanks. It's the least we can do. The last generator is at ground level, so it doesn't take long for us to find it. I still have to tell Vanessa about the whole thing later, too. That's true. Whenever I come back here, I'll keep you and Sun updated. Scooting over to the generator, I flip the switch. To my absolute surprise, it works. After switching it off, Moon and I exit the structure in silence. So this is it, huh? Moon nods as he walks back to the desk. I follow. I look at the computer screens before glancing back at Moon. I'll be seeing you soon then? Hopefully. Hey, even if I'm not gonna be working in here anytime soon, I can always just come as visit as a guest, you know. Huh. I'll be looking forward to that. Yeah, me too. Right as I'm about to turn the lights on, Moon hugs me from behind, arms wrapped around my shoulders. I didn't necessarily mind and I place my free hand on one of his arms as I turn the lights on. The daycare is lit up again, and I watch as Moon transforms into Sun. He doesn't say anything for a minute before backing out of the hug. So, ready to head out? I guess this would be my first time out of the daycare, which is exciting. Yep. I pick up my stuff, do one last check, and head for the door. Sun goes ahead, probably to move some of the makeshift barricade out of the way. His alarm stops him in his tracks. We exchange worried looks. Sun runs up to me, picking me up while the cable lowers and hooks onto his back. Wasting no time, he brings me up to his and Moon's shared room, almost messing up the landing before placing me on the ground and hopefully out of harm's way. Stay here, we'll be back. I can't get another word in before Sun leaves, the nighttime sequence activating in the rest of the Pizzaplex as I watch him transform back into Moon from a distance. I would love to see that happen. I would love to see them transform from Sun into Moon or Moon into Sun, because that just sounds really cool. Noticing one door that leads out of the room, I block it with hit the beanbag chair and a few other things just in case. However, as I'm doing that, I remember the hole in the wall I spotted earlier. A hiding place. Forcing myself through the small gap, I drop to the floor on the other side like a sack of potatoes. With a face full of dust, I push myself back up and use all of the boxes I can to cover up the hole and stop any light from leaking. All I can do is wait now, trying to calm myself down until Sun or Moon returns. The occasional sound effect from the arcade machine in the corner catches my attention. A potential distraction? The game isn't too loud, but I'm still wary about it potentially giving me away. Until I remember the electrical tape I also brought with me. I decided to cover up the speakers with it and at least give the game a try, now that I actually have my wallet with me. After brushing the dust and dirt off of my clothes, I insert a quarter into the machine before the game starts for what is most likely the first time in a decade or so. The game isn't too bad. It very much reminds me of the Flappy Bird game, but way more forgiving. The little sun and moon in the corner of the screen certainly helps to lift my mood a little bit. I'm able to make some progress as I keep my surroundings in mind, making sure I listen for anything suspicious. Nothing of the sort happens, so I continue with the game. Maybe some random burglar decided to try their luck or something. Wouldn't be the weirdest thing to happen by a long shot. I smile slightly at a mental image of a poorly masked burglar coming face to face with Moon and freaking out. That would be hilarious, but also terrifying. However, my train of thought is cut off when I notice something out of the ordinary, out of order. A weird purple box towards the bottom of the screen. Wondering if it's some kind of glitched item, I let Balloon Boy fall towards the bottom of the screen to pick it up. However, what I am met with is Balloon Boy phasing through the obstacles as the visuals are coated in a fiery orange color, the sun in the corner taking a weird dark appearance. I never understood why the game did this. These screens freeze on this visual, changing as distorted music continues to play. Pressing the buttons and moving the joystick does nothing. Shit, I broke it. Is this what I get hit for touching a weird glitchy box in a game that hasn't been touched since the Stone Ages? Probably. Groaning in annoyance, I step away from the machine, debating on whether I should take a nap on the dusty, unclean floor until either Sun and Moon come back or morning comes and Vanessa lectures me. Oh. What voice do I give that? Wait, don't leave! Leave yet! I let it I jump a whole 2 feet in the air, placing a hand over my rapid beating heart as I back further away from the machine, still stuck on the broken visuals. There's nothing to be scared of, I assure you! Is the game talking to me? Still shocked. I suppose that's fair. What the hell are you? Give me just a moment. As if this couldn't get any weirder, a hand starts reaching out from the game, appearing glitchy and broken like the game itself. Please note, my voice there is meant to be creepy, but not kill my throat, and I either have a feeling it's meant to be Balloon Boy or a Sun Moon variant, which also goes with the voice because the moon is high-pitched enough for a little boy, but also distinct enough from the Sun and Moon voices I've been doing, so we're just gonna stick with that voice. I panicked, I grabbed the nearest item, a Chica plush, and chuck it at the screen. The plushie phases through the hand, but it dissipates anyway. Actually, now that I think about it, the hand looks a lot like Sun and Moon's, except it's a dark brown and red. What? Alright, that was just rude. Answer the question. The voice sighs and I see something pop up onto the screen. Oh. Oh, that is gorgeous. My voice does not fit it one bit, but I don't care, we're sticking with it. A familiar-looking celestial robot coated in dark, warm colors and sprouting 4 arms with bells and ribbons tied to the wrists. See? Its face looks very familiar with a messed up sun visual. Even if I were to scratch and claw and search, there's no words for me to find, although I am considering crawling back through the hole and pretending I never saw this. Come on now, Eclipse, am I really that frightening? The voice isn't. The hell? How? Heard Moon mention it earlier. Am I talking to this enchant glitch right now? I thought nothing could top nearly being killed by a rabbit with a knife. Oh, how wrong I was. Dude, we have the same name! You may call me Eclipse. Oh, how creative. That's your name? You're really gonna bash Eclipse when it's your name? You're not gonna... no, that's me. You're not gonna possess me or something, are you? Not unless you ask. Besides, you're too far. Okay, thanks for the advice. Have a nice life. Pick up my stuff, about to turn and head out before this gets any weirder. Wait, allow me one more question, please. Hell no, I'm not buying whatever you're trying to sell me. Look. I'm gonna laugh every time it pops up my name because it's the exact same. Oh, I should have used Valkyrie. That would have been better. It would have made more sense. Anyway. Look, Eclipse, at least let me speak. If you really wish to opt out, you can leave this room and forget you ever saw me. All I ask for is a bit of help. With what? Well, Eclipse starts to stick one of his far arms out of screen. However, he lasts a few seconds before dissipating, separating into glitch-like particles and fading away. As you can see, I'm bound to this machine. Without a physical body to move around with, I'm essentially trapped in this room until the higher-ups inevitably decide to bulldoze it and replace it with a warehouse. All I ask for is help finding another body so I can finally leave this cursed room. As long as it can move around, I don't care what it is. However, I do have some preferences. Such as... Is it not obvious? With all four arms, Eclipse gestures to himself. If possible, I'd like to coexist with your new friend. Sun and Moon? Yes. They already managed to share a body with one another. I'd like to think there's room for one more. Would you help me with that, Eclipse? Should I? I feel like this is one of the separated endings, saying no to Eclipse and then saying, I'm gonna try it. I've been doing everything else so far, so why not? I can try. Is this a good idea? I'm not sure myself, but even if it doesn't work out, I can just walk away from it. It's not like Eclipse can really stop me. I can try? I don't know. I could ask them about it, but that's it. I'd prefer if you brought them here, honestly. I believe I'll be more convincing face to face. Something about that sentence seems ominous. Look, I don't know. I already have to leave soon, and I don't know when I'll be back. If it makes things easier, you could just bring me to them. Who knows? Maybe if you start getting to know me in that time, Sun and Moon might not even be needed. I certainly wouldn't mind sharing a physical form with you. Okay, slow down. Just a suggestion. In the end, the choice is truly yours. So I recommend you use it wisely, Eclipse. I mean, firstly, I'm already a system, so it's not really adding anything different. And two, the most it would do is end up being really confusing. But at least if you refer to one of us, it wouldn't really be that confusing. I'm sorry, it's just too funny that I put in Eclipse, and there's an Eclipse character. Like, obviously not the one from Ruin, and it's definitely more of the fan-made version of Eclipse. But nonetheless, it looks amazing. And I'm never gonna not laugh at this coincidence. Try to bring it to Sun and Moon. Bring Eclipse to them. Why is there a flirt? Why does it say flirt? That's my question. Why does it say flirt? I clicked the flirt option last time. I kind of want to click it again because I feel like the differences between that definitely happen to be something, but at the same time, I feel like doing that might result in something horrible happening. You know what? Let's go with the horrible route. Let's go. I sigh, mentally beating myself up for this decision. This is probably the dumbest decision I could make, most likely. Oh, is this possibly the dumbest decision I can make? I can read. Does it at least sound kind of interesting? I'd be lying if I said no. Mentally preparing myself, I walk back to the arcade machine, standing directly in front of it. Come on, let's get this over with. Eclipse grin widens, almost to a sinister degree. That is horrifying. Oh, how kind of you. Eclipse's face suddenly phases through the screen, and I stumble back, tripping on air due to shock and falling back. Eclipse wastes no time pulling itself out of the machine with all four arms and smiling down at me. Oh, that's creepy, but also cool looking. You seem to find me so intimidating, yet you still don't run. How priceless! I do believe we'll enjoy our time together, Eclipse. Hidden ending. Oh dear, this is certainly interesting. I got the hidden ending. Well, this definitely is a lot shorter of a video than last, but seeing as I had to end the last one trying to play through the entire game initially, it does not surprise me. So thank you all so much for chilling with the hack today and watching this video. I will see you all next time. Bye bye.